Hello, welcome back to Otter Pop Culture. Today we're going over the seventh album of Lana Del Rey called Chemtrails Over the County or Country Club. So this one came out very recently and I have really enjoyed it. I think that I didn't know I was going to enjoy it first because it was like, okay, only thing I got from it that I really liked that from the singles before the album came out was White Dress. And because I love that, like, the high range that she does with the falsetto voice, the head voice is just so different from what she usually does. So it's just like, oh wow, she's really expanding her vocals and her range and everything. So I was really excited for that one. But the other ones I was like, eh. I feel like when it comes to the first couple singles, for some reason with Lana Del Rey with me, is that I don't really care for them at first, but then when I listen to them in order into the album, when I get the vibe of the full album together, then I definitely hear it completely. And I was like, oh, okay, I get it. Oh, this is because of this is because of that kind of thing. So this album kind of talks about a couple of things. It talks about love. It talks about her before, like pretty much talking about fame and how it has affected her since making it big. And just other kind of like Lana Del Rey songs that kind of come in and out of it. But I feel like this one is more. I feel like she took what she got from Norman fucking Rockwell and kind of took that and applied it to this one. Less songs, and it seems like it's even more honed into that kind of like acoustic direction with a couple of like productions being made thanks to Jack Antonoff. So the fact that she's working with Jack with this again is so perfect. I think they're a match made in heaven. Them and her and Lord and him are just like, they just been killing with albums together. So let me talk about some of my favorite songs and some shout outs to the other ones. First off, the favorite song. So it starts off with White Dress, which I really love. I love the fact she looked into her life before fame and kind of nodding the idea is just like, it was a little simpler, and she says like made me feel like a god. It kind of made me feel like maybe I was better off. Pretty much thinking like it was so simple before fame, before everything started coming on with everybody knowing her life, everything from like people judging her and telling her who she should be, how she's doing, and what she says and everything. And before that never happened. That wasn't a thing. She pretty much was technically free to think and be who she wanted to be. And so I think she thinks about that kind of time in the past. Wild at Heart's another one I really love. I just think it's so beautiful. The tone is beautiful, the sound is beautiful, the idea of exploring like freedom and nature of being wild with her partner is really nice. And I love a part where she says, if they love me, they'll love me because I'm wild at heart. I feel like that's kind of a thing that's really just so fun. I feel like it's if they love me for who I am, if they love me, it's because this is uniquely this is just who I am kind of thing, and I love that. It has some cool kind of confidence into it in a way. Dark but Just a Game is so good. It's so good. It pretty much is talking about the idea of stars have died that have gone down a horrible trail, but they're huge. They're huge stars, but they just have just dark ends, or they're going down a dark path. And she sees it as it's because they're changing. They're trying to change for everybody else instead of staying the same of who they authentically are. And I feel like that's pretty much what she's saying. She's like, I'm not going to change. I have to keep being my authentic self and still show who I am. I don't need to change for these other people, or else that's how, because I feel like, as she says sorry, let me back up. So one thing I found was that there was a whole explanation to it. Pretty much by playing the right cards right on your playing the cards right, you can create a facade of yourself to earn fame. And I feel like that's something that she definitely realized she probably was doing in the beginning, which I kind of agree. I feel like she was, but I feel like as we got through her albums, we started seeing peelings of like the onion just going back and back. Less production, more hearing her voice. We don't have that muffled thing that she did in Born to Die to Paradise and ultra violence. I feel like had it too. I feel like Honeymoon kind of had some of it, but you can definitely feel. No, I think Lust for Life was the end of it, because I feel like we kind of near the end it flowed into more, giving you more of a voice. Until we got to NFR, and it's definitely more into that more like clean, complete, just as my voice, no muffled sound or anything, and I really like that, and I feel like. And this, I feel like because of that, she's like, I have to stay me, because these people that have tragic ends because they decided to change for everybody else. The quote, it's dark but just a game, was pretty much taken from Jack Antonoff. They were talking about the whole idea of this topic. Not all who wander are lost. Really love this song. I think it's so beautiful. The phrase comes from the Riddle of Strider by J.R.R. Tolkien. I need to get in some of his books. All I know is Lord of the Rings and Hobbit, so I think I definitely need to get more to his stuff. I really love it. I think it's very beautiful. Yosemite is really, really nice. It pretty much talking about the idea that as much as time has changed over time, her love with her partner does not change, and it stays the same, and that's what she loves about it. Pretty much saying that their love will stand the test of time. And I love the idea that she says that her lover kind of made her less fragile, less like a candle in the wind. I feel like just that love provides her a lot of strength. I think that's really, really cool. Breaking Up Slowly featuring Nikki Lane. This one was based off a Tammy Wynette, kind of her love life and her career life in a way, and pretty much how they don't want to be that same type of person and don't want to have things kind of drag on to where it gets to the point where it's too late kind of thing, where things are just so damaged that there's nothing to kind of bounce you back. And this one, it kind of talks about that it kind of uses her life as a cautionary tale in a way. One of the quote that she says is that breaking up slowly is a hard thing to do. It's hard to be alone. It's hard to be lonely, but it's the right thing to do. I feel like in that direction, it kind of touches on, I see how this could affect me if we keep going. So I'm going to cut it off this way, that way, because it's right for both parties, it seems like. Dance Till We Die. I love this one. This one's pretty much paying homage to legendary singers like Joan Baez, Joni Mitchell, Stevie Nicks, Courtney Love, just that type of just those complete stars. And I think that she's pretty much talks about how she's talked about this forever, since her first song. She talked about how she really isn't just influenced so heavily by them. And you can definitely hear it in her songs too. It's definitely in it. And I love that. I think it's so cute. And this album ends with, by the way, we're still in my favorite songs, so there's a lot. With For Free featuring Zella Day and Weyes Blood. Weyes Blood, I feel like I've heard of them. I don't know why, but it's like clicking a button in my mind that makes you think, is that, have I heard of them before? This is a cover of a Joni Mitchell song, and I really love it. I love songs that have stories, that has a full-on, and also that meets you right around in full circle with the topic. So it pretty much talks about how she's pretty much talking about how she sees this guy on a corner and just playing this beautiful, oh no, I didn't write it down. It's an instrument. He's a great instrument. Oh, did I write it down? I did not write it down. So he pretty much plays he plays really well. Really well. It's so nice, it's beautiful. But he doesn't do it for money, he just does it because he likes it. He just loves it. And I feel like in that type of direction, she reflects herself to, or they reflect themselves to that man, and seeing how their career is just oh, well, I only do it for when I'm getting money or when I'm doing it for special friends. So what does that mean for me? What does that say about me, Meanwhile, this guy's just doing it. And by the way, I'm famous, people notice me, they notice when I'm singing, so they love it. But this guy is playing music and everything, and people kind of just walk right by. They don't realize how beautiful. They don't stop and take a minute and look how beautiful he is, just because they never seen him on TV, and so they don't really care about it. And it kind of sucks. And I think it's definitely something to look at for my own self, because I feel like definitely do the same. Like, I hear music and I go right past it, but I think in my head I was like, that is a great idea. I should take a minute to like listen to it. If it's good, it's good, you know. But yeah, I thought that was a beautiful kind of a lesson and just beautiful song. Some shout outs to Tulsa Jesus Freak. I thought it was kind of interesting, talking about her ex and pretty much how he was a police officer in Tulsa. But it seems like there's a lot of love still there, even though they're not together. What was the other one? Let Me Love You Like a Woman. I love the part where he says, we can get high on some pink champagne. Did not know pink champagne is pretty much MDMA. So that's kind of interesting. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I do love this song. I think the first love this album. The first song, White Dress, was great. And then we kind of went into the Chemtrails, Tulsa, Let Me Love You Like a Woman. And I kind of was like, to it. But once Wild at Heart came in, I feel like it just flooded me into it. I feel like it's kind of what happens with Lana Del Rey albums. Like, I feel like the first couple songs I have to be pulled into, but then once I'm in. Because it's completely, Lana Del Rey albums are moods. You cannot just jump into one. You have to really feel like you want to take your time with the song. You feel like you want to melt into the song. If you're not in the mood of melting, there's no point of doing it, you know? You gotta get yourself in that mood. With that said, I give this album a 9 out of 10. Leave a comment below, tell me what you thought. If you like this album, let me know. If you didn't, let me know. If you like this video, hit the thumbs up and hit the subscribe button and the notification button so you get more of my videos. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.